Hi, I'm Christine Chang. Welcome to my channel. Today, I would love to talk about choosing a partner who is into personal growth. Now, if you are into personal growth, usually it seems like a no-brainer that you would want a partner who is also into personal growth. I agree that growth is a value. If it's one of your main core values, I think it's important to consider when you are getting into a long-term relationship with someone. Sometimes when people are growth oriented, they can subconsciously choose people who they can try to help fix. I used to have a pattern of that when I started my personal growth journey. I thought I knew everything and I could help save people, and I found my value in teaching and trying to get these guys to change. Those relationships did not last long, and for a good reason. As I dated more, I started to get more clear on what I wanted and also what I needed in a long-term partner. Sometimes that doesn't always match up. I am a person who is into personal growth, but like with everything, everything falls on a continuum, right? There's some people who are into it more than others. I have some friends who live and breathe personal growth. They get energized analyzing, breaking down, breaking through. It's a conversation that's had every day, like a big chunk of the day is talking about that. I am not that person to that degree. I like to do introspection. I like to have self-awareness, but I also believe that to be happy, you have to learn to accept certain things and also live in the present. Sometimes when I'm with my friends who are really into it, and by the way, one way is not better than the other. It's not one way is right, one way is wrong. Everyone is different. But the feeling I have with some of my friends who are into it more than I am, sometimes I'm just like, can we go eat a sandwich? I just want to go to lunch and eat a sandwich and have a normal lunch without breaking down why something is. How can I maximize my potential? You know, the happiest people I know, happiness is actually really simple when you break it down. And if you're always trying to fix things, sometimes subconsciously there's a thought that like things are never good enough. I have to keep going to the next thing. So I think modern life is a balance of being present, but also having goals, doing the introspection and being the best versions of ourselves. There's also an acceptance, and I like to chill out once in a while. So when it came time for me to choose a partner, at first I thought that I had to have a partner who was definitely already doing these personal growth things. Like they go to Tony Robbins, they read all the books, they're conscious men, they've been to Burning Man before, all those things. I thought it was a must have, like it's a deal breaker if they don't do these things. And as I dated more and I got more clear on what I wanted my day-to-day life to look like with someone, I realized I don't necessarily need him to already be doing these things. I just need someone who is open to it. And that was my husband. He had not gone to any Tony Robbins or any workshops. He reads some philosophical books on like Buddha and stuff, but we weren't reading the same books. He did read a book in the beginning that I was reading at the time. It was by David Deida. And I just saw that he was open and curious about reading it. And so that to me was a good sign. And my favorite thing about my husband is he's a happy guy. He's a happy, content guy. His life is very simple. He doesn't overanalyze things. He bikes to his friend's house. We live in Marina del Rey before we were living in Venice. All his friends live close. He has a good community of friends. He plays soccer with his guy friends twice a week. And really simple, right? And so he really balances me out in that way because I can be very go, go, go. Things are never good enough, right? And that's what makes me excel in life. And I do like those qualities, but he always reels it back in for me, especially if I get in my head with things. And it's not necessarily just personal growth things. It could be because I'm the idea person, I can get a lot of ideas. An example is maybe I like to throw parties, you know, so I'll have all these ideas like, where can I do it? I could do it here, here, but then here. And I kind of get in my head. And he always gives the best answer. He simplifies everything. He'll say, have it here. And then I'll still go through my analyzing mode. And in the end, he's always right because he always knows how to keep it simple. He's like, do that one. I'm like, you're right. Same goes with like when we were remodeling the house. He's so good at it because he's very simple and I can get these crazy ideas. Like, what if we do this texture and this color? But his choice is always the right choice between the two of us. So I really love that about him. So the fact that he's open to it means everything to me. And there have been times, I'll be honest, where I felt like I want him to be more into it. Like, why am I the one always like going off and doing workshops? And I wish he was more into it the same way that I am, which is a completely unfair thing to expect out of someone. And we talked about it once. And you know what he said to me? He said, you know what? I do value growth. I just do it differently than you. And that made me shut the fuck up because he was right. Like, why does someone need to do it the way that you do it? And we started counseling just over a month ago, which we both love. And he shows up with a notebook and a pen. And that is exactly what I wanted from a partner. I didn't need someone who had all their shit figured out. By the way, no one has their shit all figured out, okay? It's the eagerness and the willingness to do the work. Because even if you might be in a good place when you meet someone, life happens and you know what? You might have a breakdown later on in your marriage. And, you know, how does someone show up to get back on their feet or to gain clarity? So when you are thinking about what kind of partner you want and, you know, whether they're into personal growth or not, remember also what that comes with. Just say someone's really into it. You meet a guy who's really into it. That is your day-to-day life. Is he going to be dragging you to like ice baths every morning when you just want to freaking like eat oatmeal for breakfast, you know, next to a toasty fire, you know? And it's good. Some people, they want to be pushed in that way. For me, I like being pushed, but in doses. You know, I'll go to my yoga classes that are really hard. I'm sweating my ass off, but it's at my choice and then at the schedule that I like, not I wake up in the morning and someone is, you know, telling me like, you should go in the ice bath. You know, like, I don't want to go in the ice bath today. You know, sometimes I just want to chill out and I feel good about that. This is also a reminder of be careful what you ask for in a partner because there's always a flip side to it. It might be really attractive, like, oh my gosh, she's so into personal growth. I love that. Remember what that comes with. It could come with someone who's never satisfied with stuff. They can be really intense. You know, they can be like coachy. So it just depends on how much they're into it, but just be aware of what that comes with. If you enjoyed today's video, remember to like, subscribe, maybe share it with a friend. And I would love to hear your thoughts too. I would like to remind everyone there's no right or wrong way. Everyone's different. The purpose of this video is just to make you consider and get clarity on what do I actually want in a partner? Does it have to look this way? Or do I actually need something else for day-to-day life? What would suit me the best?